So this is the Hambleden Pairs Challenge Cup. It's for international women's pairs, and on the far side of your picture we have got Isabel Bastian and Dempsey from Cambridge University. We'll talk more about them as we go down. But on the right hand side of your picture we've got Juliet Perry and Amelia Standing, who have already raced in the town today, beating Oxford Brookes. So these athletes on the right-hand side of your picture, it's their second race today down this track, and that's going to be tough, Adrian.
Yeah, I think you come down with heavy legs, and I think the best thing you can do is attack the first half of the race as hard as you can to try and put yourself in a good position. And to be honest, that's exactly what they've done. They've really gone into it really aggressively, because you're tired anyway. And they've done multiple pieces in training before. They do multiple 2Ks and practicing. So they've done this before, but obviously the intensity is a bit different when it's a race. So it's still...
It's interesting because the Leander Pairs crewmates also doubled up in the Hambleden Cup, and they raced, but they lost against the composite crew earlier this afternoon. I just wonder what the two Cambridge athletes, Isabel Bastian and Quiver Dempsey, will think about that, and if they'll see... The Cambridge crew look really good. They look really smooth there. So we're seeing now, we've come down. This is a picture from Forley, our camera at halfway, and you can see the Leander pair on the left-hand side of your picture have stretched out that margin over their Cambridge opponents.
But they're struggling there with the bouncy water. I mean, it's not their fault, but all the wash coming there off the launches on the left really is creating a difficult environment for them to keep that boat running. That is terrible.
That launch is going way too fast, isn't it?
And they handled that there. They handled that really very well. Just keeping that boat level and running without clipping your oars is testament to their technique.
Yeah. So the Leander pair come past.
So Martin, you did two events in 1990, the four and the pair at Henley.
Yeah, that's true actually.
What was that like?
It was really, really tough. And I was glad that the opponents we raced in the four, which we won, the stewards, weren't international standard. The pairs we'd lost by, I don't know, inches to the Austrians. So my legs were shot. And we didn't have these kind of conditions, Adrian, these really strong headwind conditions.
Yeah, these pairs are taking 9 minutes down the course here today.
So we're live now. Leander on the left of your picture. Juliet Perry, the 26-year-old, and Amelia Standing. Juliet Perry is the one with the white cap on. Both these athletes made the A final of women's pairs in the GB April trials. That's the top 6, and really they make selections for the British international team from that. So they are really, really close to the British international team, these two.
Yeah, and you can see the way they're rowing there. They're physically really very strong, and they're very solid in the water, and really levering the boat past the spoons. The Cambridge pair, like you said earlier, really moving nicely and relaxed. This is in fact probably the last race both of these athletes will do.
I can't believe that. I saw Quiver Dempsey wrote that, and she said, you know, this is my last race. I think she's had her 3 boat race wins. She was in that fantastic crew rowing with the likes of Imogen Grant and Grace Prendergast, and Isabel Bastian, also part of that crew that won this year. Really strong athlete, and credit to their coach Paddy Ryan. They look really close on the front end. They look really smooth, doing a great job.
And that's just the difference, isn't it, between really high caliber club athletes and then international athletes, isn't it? Just a slightly more physical, slightly just, they have more time to train. You know, these athletes here are full time. The Cambridge students are studying as well as doing it, and being able to train and recover more just helps your development quite a lot.
So Ross Hunter, the Leander coach, will be enjoying seeing that at least one of his pairs is through to the semi-finals of the Hambleden. Look around there from Juliet Perry just to see where she is. You're coming up to the finish, Juliet. No need to look now. And they cross the finish line to take this beat of the Hambleden Pairs Challenge Cup from their opponents from Cambridge University, Isabel Bastian and Quiver Dempsey. So, Perry and Standing beat Bastian and Dempsey in the Hambleden.